Let's dive right into the Fairlight page and look at adding some sound effects to our movie. The first thing we'll do is load our blank timeline. Let's go up here right next to the time code where it says Fairlight page finished. We'll grab Fairlight page start. And we have just a couple of tracks here. And this is just our dialogue tracks. Let's take a look at what we have. Make this a little bigger so we can see it.
Where is he?
I had him and then you pushed me.
I'll go to our timeline view options and show our video track so we know how long this thing is. And now we have an idea of what our whole thing is here.
Where is he?
I had him and then you pushed me.
So this needs a lot of sound work. So let's take a look at adding a couple of effects from our media pool. If we go up to the upper left-hand corner, click on Media Pool, and here under Chapter 9, under Fairlight Media, let's go ahead and make this a list, and I'll close this bin list here. We have a bunch of sound effects and things that we can use for this scene. The first one that we definitely need is the door closing and that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and lay in a door closing sound. We can preview any of these sound effects by double-clicking on them. Let's find this WBDW house door close. And we can kind of preview them up here. This is sort of like the source viewer, but just for audio. Ooh, that's perfect. So to add that to our timeline, we can just grab it like this and drag it down to a new track. And now we can zoom in by holding Alt. And we want this to happen right as the door closes. So we can trim this just like we would in the edit page and move this a little bit closer. That works pretty well. And when he's fidgeting with the handle, maybe we need a door handle sound. So here we have GC doorknob sound. Double click on that. And let's take that and drag that in as well. We'll just drag that to a new track. And maybe we'll put that right when he's kind of fidgeting with that doorknob. That sounds really nice. And that's really the basics of laying in a sound effect inside of Fairlight. And the process from here is really just going through and laying in the effects that are really obvious and then kind of going through and getting more detailed as you go. So we need this door opening. So let's check out this house door open. Let's try that. And I'll just drag this to one of these same tracks because these are all kind of door sounds. Zoom in here, and right when he opens the door, let's have that happen. That works. And she fell down. So we need some kind of like bang. And sometimes you can find one that works great, but oftentimes with sound design, you have to mix a few different sounds together. So let's see if we can find some sounds that work for that bang. Here's one called Body Drops. These are just kind of bangs. So maybe we want to take just a couple of these, and we can hit I for in and O for out to just drag one down. And let's see, when do we want her to hit? Yeah. That's probably about right, actually.
Video được Việt hóa bởi Ngọc Tân từ group tài nguyên dựng phim.
Here's another couple random drops. That works pretty well. Let's grab those and drag those in. And we're just going to kind of layer these here. Maybe we can add this little friction sound. Small box drop concrete. That's really nice. Let's just right click and say add a new mono track. Let's throw this concrete sound in here too. Yeah. So now we have that kind of stuff falling down sound that I think will work really well. So those are the basics of adding sound effects in the Fairlight page. It works a lot like the edit page, but I do want to show you one cool feature, and that's the sound library. So in the upper left-hand corner, if you click on sound library, that'll open up the sound library panel. And you can actually download a free sound library of all these different sound effects that you can use if you click this download button. We also have some sound effects available at ground control. But this is really neat because you can tell this sound library panel where all your sound effects are on your system, and it will index them so that you can search your entire system for a sound and only import the ones that you like. This is sort of like the media storage in the media page, but it's just for sound effects. So I can click on these three dots and say add library. And for us in this training, you can find your DRA file and just open that up and select your media files. And from there, just hit select folder. And what that will do is find all of the audio clips inside of this download. And then you can hit OK. And you can search and instantly find whatever you need. So if you type door, these are all of the door sounds. And this is obviously made to index a huge library of sounds. So if you have 6,000 sounds, you can instantly search for all of them, double click and try them out, and then you can just drag them into your tracks like that, and it will import them into the project, and it's very slick. So let's try and find a sound for the toilet. So let's type T-O-I-L-E-T, and here are all of our toilet sounds. There we go. That's a nice toilet flush. Nice. Oh man, it's so good. Let's make a new track. Make a mono track. This is where our toilet sound's going to live, and we'll just drag this down. And the idea in the story here is right when she falls down, she drops a book onto the handle of the toilet and it makes the toilet flush. So we can have that start right here and see how it goes.
Where is he?
I had him and then you pushed me.
All right. So then we actually need this to kind of gurgle right when they look at the toilet. And so we can actually take this and just edit it a little bit. And again, this works just like the edit page. I can select this clip and hit Control / to split it. Right where this gurgle is supposed to happen. Let's just move this down a little bit like this, maybe a little more. And we can crossfade this by right clicking and adding a crossfade like that. And that will kind of make that transition in between a little bit easier. So let's listen to that.
Where is he?
I had him and then you pushed me.
There we go. And we can trim that up. And now we have our toilet sound. You can see how easy and fun it is to just add sounds like this inside of Fairlight.